The Discourses of Christ of the Last Days.
Words on Serving God. Excerpt. Those who act as leaders should not pay too much attention to work or always focus on their own status, nor should they set high standards for themselves, and then go on to think up every possible method to solve everyone's problems so that everybody knows, I am the leader, I have this position, this status, and I also have this caliber, this competence, and since I can lead you, I can also provide for you. It is troublesome that they are able to speak such words. In what way is it troublesome? If your orientation is incorrect, and if you have no principles in handling your affairs, then everything you do will be wrong and produce deviations. If your motivation is wrong, everything you do will be wrong. Focus on seeking the truth, understanding the truth, understanding the essence of the truth of visions, and mastering this aspect of the principles. That is correct. As long as you don't go beyond these bounds when things befall you, or when you are dealing with problems, you will be able to help others and resolve their difficulties, and you will be a qualified leader. However, if you only understand some doctrines, and if you only equip yourself with them, listen to more sermons, and master a few more words in order to lead, and if you just offer a few doctrines and words when trying to solve someone's problems, and as a result, do not solve any of their problems, then you do not possess the reality of being a leader, and you are just an empty frame. What kind of leader is this? This is a false leader. You are unable to perform actual work. Even if no one exposes and reports a false leader, the life of God's chosen people in the church will not progress. Problems will accumulate, and the false leader will have to bear the blame and be compelled to step down. If you are a false leader, then no matter how high your position is, you are still a false leader. Now, whether or not you can perform actual work, and whether or not you are a false leader, these are not the most important things. So, what is the most important thing? You must now hurry to pursue the truth and focus on life entry. Once you have had life entry, transformed your disposition, understood God's intentions, and are able to resolve your own incorrect states, it will be easy for you to solve other people's problems. Once you understand the truth and enter into the truth reality, will you still be afraid that you cannot solve others' problems? You won't need to worry about whether you can lead well. If you possess the truth reality, you will naturally be able to do your duty well and solve actual problems. You must understand this thoroughly. If you do not understand this thoroughly, and always want to guard your status as a leader, and to establish your good image in the hearts of God's chosen people, then your intention is wrong, and you will naturally be disgraced and fail. If you are a person who loves the truth and who focuses on their own life entry, and you relinquish your human ambitions, desires, and erroneous pursuits, and are not constrained by these things, then you will be able to pursue the truth, and you will naturally come to understand each aspect of the truth over time. In this way, you will be in your element when it comes to helping others, and you will have no difficulty in doing so. Therefore, you should not guard your status. It is an empty frame. It is useless. It will bring you no benefits, and it will also not help you to understand the truth. Moreover, it can mislead you into committing many errors, and it can also cause you to go astray. For corrupt mankind, status is a trap. But no one can avoid this hurdle. All must pass through it. It just depends on how you approach it. If you approach it using human means, you will not be able to restrain or rebel against yourself. This can only be resolved using the truth. The truth can solve this difficulty. If you can seek the truth, you can address this issue at its root. If you can't use the truth to solve this difficulty, if you are merely restraining yourself and rebelling against things, rebelling against your thoughts, your approaches, your ideas, and always just rebelling in this way, what method is this? This is a negative and passive approach. You must use positive methods to resolve it. That is, you must resolve it with the truth and understand this matter thoroughly. First, look at the various approaches those antichrists and false leaders use to seek fame, gain, and status, and to defend their vanity and pride. After seeing them clearly, you will feel, "Oh my, how shameful, how truly shameful. Do I also use those approaches?" Then you will start to reflect on yourself, and soon you will realize, "Oh my, I also use many of those approaches. I am not so different from those antichrists and false leaders." You will have some remorse in your heart and say, "I cannot continue to protect my status and reveal this shamefulness," resolving to learn a lesson. Stop focusing on whether others esteem you, how many problems you can solve for other people, whether or not someone listens to you, or how many people have a place for you in their hearts. If such matters are always in your heart, you will be distracted and affected, and you will have less time to pursue the truth. You have used your limited energy and your precious time in pursuing your ambitions and desires for fame, gain, and status. As a result, you have not gained the truth and life. Although you have gained status and your ambitions and desires are satisfied, you have not had life entry, and you have lost the work of the Holy Spirit. What will the ultimate outcome of this be? You will be eliminated and punished. Why does this occur? You chose the wrong path. If you have reached Paul's level, then you will be punished in the end. But if you have not reached Paul's level, and you reverse your course in time, then there is room for redemption and still hope for salvation. Regardless of what problems believers in God have, whether they be the pursuit of status, fame, gain, and wealth, or the satisfaction of personal ambitions and desires, in any case, all problems must be resolved through the pursuit of the truth. No problem can bypass the truth. No matter is separate from the truth. As soon as one departs from the truth in their belief in God, their belief is hollow. There is no use in pursuing anything else. Some people are merely content with doing impressive and glorious duties, making others look up to them and envy them. Is this useful? This is not your final outcome, nor is it your final reward, and it certainly is not your destination. So, regardless of the duty you perform, it is only temporary. It is not eternal. This is not an approval that God has bestowed upon you, nor a reward that He has given you. Ultimately, whether people can attain salvation is not dependent on what duty they do, but on whether they can understand and gain the truth, and on whether they can, in the end, entirely submit to God, put themselves at the mercy of His orchestration, give no consideration to their future and destiny, and become a qualified, created being. God is righteous and holy, and these are the standards He uses to measure all mankind. These standards are immutable, and you must remember this. Inscribe these standards in your mind, and at any time, do not think of finding some other path to pursue some unreal thing. The requirements and standards God has for all who want to attain salvation are forever unchanging. They remain the same no matter who you are. You can achieve salvation only by believing in God according to God's requirements and standards. If you find another path to pursue things that are vague and imagine that you will succeed by luck, you are someone who resists and betrays God, and you will definitely be cursed and punished by God.